This is the story of Sufyan, a poor boy whose own brothers throw him out of his home, falsely accusing his wife Nafisa of theft. Sufyan takes his wife to another city, where he works day and night to earn some money. Then a goldsmith teaches him the trade. But while learning the trade, a Nawab's precious bracelet breaks in his hand. The smith threatens to throw him out of the shop. Still, his wife Nafisa does not leave him. She supports him in every difficulty. Will Sufyan be able to fight all these troubles? Or will he lose his faith? Watch the whole story to know this. In an old city where narrow streets were hidden in the shadows of old buildings, a simple house stood. The house was on the corner of a small street, where the morning call to prayer would come from the minaret of the mosque and reach the door of every house. The minaret of the mosque was the heart of the city. Its sound would fill every heart with peace. There were 3 brothers living in the house. The eldest was Ahmed, who had made a name for himself in the cloth trade. His shop was in the largest part of the market, where silk clothes, dree pears, and colorful shawls were sold, and people would stand outside his shop and admire the clothes. Ahmed had a stern face, a weight in his voice, and he was the head of the house, making decisions and taking care of the family. The second brother, Karim, was a laborer who worked from morning to evening, sometimes lifting stones for the emirs, sometimes carrying heavy loads for the tasers. His face was full of fatigue, wet with sweat, but his hard work paid for the household expenses, and the youngest was Sufyan, whose face was always bright, his words good, and his deeds pure. Sufyan's heart was illuminated by the light of the Quran. He would get up early in the morning for the Fajr prayer, do the Qibla, and walk towards the mosque, his steps slow but firm, as if the remembrance of Allah was with him with every step. Inside the mosque, he would pray, recite the Quran. The words of Surah Yasin would reach his heart. After the prayer, he would pray, raising his hands, "May Allah grant peace to my family. Guide us." Returning home, he would sit in the courtyard, where the rays of the sun would dance on the ground, and the neem tree would sway in the wind, its leaves casting a light shadow on the ground. Holding a cup of tea in his hand, he would talk to Nafisa. Nafisa, his wife, a beautiful and faithful woman, always prayed for her husband. She would wake up in the morning and go to the kitchen, where she would bake bread on an iron plate, spread it on a plate, and chop vegetables with an old knife. Her voice echoed in the kitchen. Her face was simple, but there was a deep sadness in her eyes, the tension of the family and the quarrels at home. She would say, "Sufyan, pray in the mosque today. Maybe Allah will give you peace." Sufyan would smile. "Insha'Allah, Nafisa, Allah will listen." Every Friday they would go to the mosque and pray to Allah for peace and blessings. But the atmosphere at home would not be cool. Nafisa would cry secretly at night, hiding her tears, and Sufyan would comfort her. "Nafisa, it is Allah's time. Be patient, He will have mercy on us, just as He did with Ayub, peace be upon him." That surah would be explained. Indeed, every with difficulty comes ease, and the two shared hope with each other. No one in the house except Sufyan liked Nafisa. Ahmed's wife Zainab and Karim's wife Fatima were jealous of her. Zainab's face was always full of anger. She said Nafisa was spreading discord in the house. There was no peace because of her. Fatima also scolded her. This woman was ruining the house. Everyone was worried because of her. Nafisa worked all day at home, from morning to evening, washing dishes, cooking, washing clothes, and taking care of small household chores. One morning, Zainab shouted, "Nafisa, you washed my shawl wrong. It got stained." Nafisa apologized. The Bawa also got angry. "I washed it again," but Zainab told her off. "You always make mistakes. You are a burden to the house." Ahmed and Karim also hate her. Ahmed said, "Sufyan, this woman will ruin you." "Throw her out of the house," Karim would taunt. "What did she give you by marrying you?" Only trouble and quarrel. Sufyan would defend his wife, saying, "Brother Nafisa is my responsibility. Don't blame her." Allah is watching. He will do justice, but the daily quarrels would tire his heart. He opened the Quran at night. The verse of Surah Al-Baqarah came, "And we will give you some food today, from hunger, loss of property, loss of life and loss of fruits, and give good news to those who are patient and asked for patience, or Allah give me courage, give peace to my heart." Sufyan's life was simple, but there was a joy in it, the joy of faith. After the Fajr prayer in the morning, he would sit in the courtyard of the house with a cup of tea in his hand, where the chirping of birds and the warmth of the sun would soothe his heart. Sometimes he would talk to Nafisa about her health, sometimes about the household expenses, sometimes about the sermon of the Imam of the mosque that he had heard the previous Friday. Then he would go to his small pottery shop, which was in an old part of the market, where old shops were crowded together. The shop was small, but the shine of the old pots and the clink of plates attracted people there. The shop opened at 10 in the morning. Sufyan would arrange the goods: iron plates, brass pots, silver spoons, and an old samovar, which people liked for tea. Customers would come and chat. One day an elderly man came, his face bright with white beard. He said, "Son, I need a strong pot that will heat food quickly and last a long time." Sufyan smiled. "Uncle, take this. It is made of good quality. It will last for years." With God's prayers, he would show the goods, price them, and send each customer off with a smile. "Remember to come back in prayer. In the afternoon, I would go to the mosque for the morning prayer. There we would meet friends and talk about the meaning of the Quran. A friend, Bilal, would say, 'Sufyan, your heart is pure. May Allah give you peace.' Sufyan would smile and say, 'Amen.' Bilal would still pray. In the evening, he would close the shop and return home. On the way, he would buy some vegetables from a small street vendor. On the way, fresh onions and tomatoes would shine. He would sit with Nafisa and eat. Sometimes he would eat bread and lentils. Sometimes he would eat rice and vegetables. Nafisa would make them with love. It would be flavored with cardamom and cloves. After eating, both of them would read the Quran together, recite Surah Al-Fatiha, and recite Ahaduna Sirat al-Mustaqim, show us the straight path. And at night they would pray, "May Allah bring peace to the house and remove all troubles." But this peace did not last long. One day, a small incident in the house turned into a big fight. Ahmad's son, Bilal, passed by Nafisa while playing and fell. His hand was broken. Zainab shouted, "Nafisa has dropped my child." This woman is the enemy of the house. Nafisa forbade her. "Sister-in-law, I have done something." "No, she fell while playing. I was just watching." But Zainab made a big deal out of it. "You are a liar. You always create trouble." Ahmed and Karim came and a tantrum broke out. Ahmed said, "Sufyan, your wife is the enemy of the house. She hurt our child. Now she will not be in the house." Karim scolded you. "You are crazy after her. You forgot your family. Because of this, everything is being ruined." Sufyan replied, "Brother Nafisa did nothing. You people always blame her. This is wrong. Allah is watching." The matter was so big that Ahmed slapped Sufyan, choked him, and Karim threatened, "This house is not yours. Take your wife and leave. Yes, otherwise we will throw her out ourselves." Sufyan's face turned red. His heart was broken, but he controlled himself and said, "I will support my wife. You people are wrong." That night Sufyan sat in his room, opened the Quran and read Surah An-Nashrah. "Didn't it read for you? Have we not expanded your chest? Indeed, with every difficulty there is ease. Indeed, with every difficulty there is ease." He wept heartily, but the verse gave peace to his heart. Sitting next to Nafisa, he said, "Nafisa, this house is no longer ours. We will go to your father's city. I trust in Allah. He will show us a new destination. We will start a new life." Tears came to Nafisa's eyes. She held his hand. "Whatever you say, my husband, I am with you. Allah will help us." The next morning, they took their clothes, a small Quran, A few things like Nafisa's old necklace, a pair of silver earrings, and a small Sufi knife that was a sign of her father. And with faith in their hearts, they left the city. The journey was long, 2 days. On the way, riding a camel, the heat of the sun, fatigue, and sadness accompanied them. On the first day, they stopped at a small hut. There, they stayed in an inn, prayed and prayed. "O Allah, keep us safe and give us a new life." Nafisa made some food, some bread and water, and the two talked about their future. How they used to meet before. How on the wedding day, Nafisa's face shone behind her dupatta. The next day, the scenery on the road changed. There were trees, a small river with water as clear as glass, and a glimpse of the city from afar. In the evening, they reached Nafisa's father's city, where his house was in a small street. Near an old mansion, Nafisa's father's city was a royal and old city where the mansions of the Nawabs still stood. Their walls told old stories. Mosques were illuminated by the light of the Quran. Their domes made the sky look small. The bazaar smelled of ornaments and silk fabrics. The voices of people, the ringing of bells and the calls of the street vendors kept the bazaar alive. Nafisa's father, Abdul Rahman, was an old scholar and teacher who lived in a small house. His house was simple. One room contained an old bed, a wooden Quran stand, a small kitchen where an iron stove and a brass kettle was kept, and a small courtyard near the mosque where a half-tree was swinging in the wind. Abdul Rahman saw Sufyan and Nafisa. His eyes moistened. "Come, son, this is your home. Allah has sent you here. He will heal you. He will remove all your sorrows." He hugged them both and fed them the pudding he had made in celebration of his daughter's arrival. At night, he sat and recited verses from the Quran. He mentioned Surah Yusuf. How come difficulties come, but Allah helps? Abdul Rahman said, "Sufyan, be patient. With Allah there is no darkness. He gives ease after every difficulty." Sufyan decided that he would quickly find work. "I will take responsibility for both of you. Allah will provide sustenance," he said to Abdul Rahman. On the first day, he walked around the city. He went to the streets of the markets where people were busy shopping, the shops where jewelry sparkled, clothes fluttered, and the fragrance of perfume permeated the air. He went to every shop and asked, "What is the work?" "I am a hard worker. I have experience in making pots, but the city was big. Everyone was making their own place." One shopkeeper said, "I need experience. Goldsmithing is useful." Another said, "There is no place." He would leave every morning. His feet ached as he walked in the sun. He would return tired in the afternoon, but his spirit did not waver. One day he stopped near an old shop where an old merchant was selling rice. An old chandelier was hanging outside his shop. Sufyan talked to him. "Uncle, what is the work?" The old man smiled. "Son, here everyone does their own work, but there is a goldsmithing shop near the mosque." He asked there. Sufyan said, "Thank you." He went to the mosque, prayed and prayed, "O God, show me the way." Nafisa took care of the house, brought medicine for her father, cooked food, sometimes rice and lentils, sometimes vegetables and bread, sometimes pudding in a small pot, which Abdul Rahman liked. The money started to run out in the first week. The little money brought from the old city was spent in a small bag. One day Nafisa said that there was no rice left today, only bread. Lazar gave her 5 rupees. He bought her some vegetables and lentils, but her heart was sad. She went to the mosque and prayed. At Asr, she opened the Quran, read Surah Ashra, recited Anmal Siri Yasra, and prayed, "O Allah, grant us the way, remove our troubles." Another worry was Abdur Rahman's health. One night he had a heartache. He started to breathe. Sufyan took him to the doctor, where the doctor gave him medicine. He said, "This is a heart problem. He needs rest. Give him medicine and treat him with the herbs of the sage." It became difficult to cook at home. He had to borrow money. A neighbor gave him 50 rupees who owned a small shop and brought him some vegetables, but both of them were crying. One evening, while wandering in the market, Sufyan saw a gold shop. The shop was shining with gold and silver jewelry, necklaces, rings, all light. They were leaving like stars in a moonlight night. Malik Zafar Khan was an old craftsman. He was a famous master of the city. Nawabs and emirs would come to him to make jewelry. His work was so perfect that people would say that Zafar's gold was made of soul. Sufyan gathered courage and went inside, greeted him and said, "Master, I need work." "I am hard-working. I will learn quickly." With the help of Allah, Sufyan looked at him carefully. He saw the light of faith in his eyes. He asked, "Does gold work come with experience?" Sufyan told the truth. "No, master, but I will learn. Give me a chance." "I will not make mistakes," Sufyan thought. A smile came over his simple face and said, "Come tomorrow morning and learn. You will get less money. You will leave making mistakes." Sufyan went home and prostrated. "Thank you, Allah. Thank you. You showed me the way." The next morning, Sufyan reached the shop on time. His face was shining in the morning sun. Sufyan greeted him and then started working. The first day, small tasks were cleaning the shop where dust had settled, polishing the jewelry, showing the goods to the customers with a soft cloth. Sufyan kept his hands light from the heart. He handled each piece of jewelry as if it were a trust. Zafar looked at it and said, "Son, keep your hands light. Work with your heart like you are worshipping." The next day, Zafar taught him how to melt gold. Melt gold on fire. Give it a small shape in a small pot. Sufyan's fingers burned and hurt, but he kept learning. The teacher told him how to do it. Zafar told him to control the fire slowly and handle the gold with love. At night, he returned home and talked to Nafisa. "Today, I melted gold. My finger burned, but I learned." Nafisa smiled. "You are hard-working. May Allah grant you success. I will pray for you." Learning gold for Sufyan was a long and difficult journey. In the first week, he made mistakes in melting gold. The gold would burn or the shape would deteriorate. The teacher said, "Son, keep your hands cool. Work with your heart. Understand that gold is a living thing." Sufyan's fingers burned with fire. Tears came to his eyes from the pain, but he did not stop. At night, when he came home, he told Nafisa that today it is melting again. "But I am learning." Nafisa would apply ointment on his fingers. Be patient, hard work will pay off in the second month. He learned to carve gold, make carvings, but as his hands worked, the jewels deteriorated. Once there was an order from a Nawab. Sufyan made a mistake while carving a ring. The stone broke. Zafar got angry. It was the Nawab's work. It was a loss. "I will cut it again with a chisel." Sufyan stayed up all night and made it again. His fingers were full of holes. He prayed, "O God, help me." In the third month he learned to carve gold, but his hand was cut by the weapon. Blood was shed. Nafisa tied a bandage. Your patience will bear fruit. In the fourth month, he learned to set stones in the jewels. But as the stones fell, Zafar said, "Be careful, my son. This is a work of the heart." Sufyan worked hard day and night. He reached the shop in the morning. He returned tired in the evening, but he learned from every mistake. In the fifth month, he learned to make the entire jewel, but the first necklace deteriorated. Zafar said, "Make it again." Sufyan patiently studied for weeks. His fingers became hard, his heart became strong, and in the end, his work shone. A Nawab said, "This necklace is irreplaceable." Sufyan's head is shining. It was a test of his faith and hard work which he overcame with patience, but the troubles did not diminish. The first big problem came at the shop. One day, a Nawab's order was a gold necklace with red stones. Sufyan made a mistake while cutting the gold. A stone fell and broke. Zafar got angry and shouted, "This was the Nawab's order. What will he do if it is damaged? I will cut the celery now." Sufyan apologized. "The teacher made a mistake. I will take care of it. It will not happen again." At night, he opened the Quran in the mosque. He read Surah Al-Baqarah. We belong to Allah. He returned to him and thought, I learn from mistakes. May Allah forgive me and give me patience. The third problem was about his health. Sufyan developed a fever. The workload and exhaustion made him sick for 3 days. Nafisa gave him medicine and made him soup. My husband, rest. May Allah heal him. But the shop was abandoned. The money was low. Then one night the house was stolen. Thieves broke the door and took Nafisa's few ornaments, which were the symbols of her mother, a small necklace and a pair of earrings. Sufyan went to the city. He told the watchman to write a complaint, but he did not get any help. He was heartbroken. He went to the mosque and recited Surah Yusuf. He remembered the patience of Hazrat Yusuf, AES. He was like being imprisoned. His brothers betrayed him, but Allah helped him. He prayed, "O Allah, give me patience. This is a test, so help me." Zafar, who now considered Sufyan his son, taught him advanced work, such as designing, carving, and carving gold. Sufyan worked hard every day from morning to evening, staying at the shop, learning. One day, a Nawab came and said, "Sufyan, make a necklace for my wife, which has pearls and sapphires in it." Sufyan was very happy. He made a necklace that sparkled with stars in the moonlight night. The Nawab was happy. "This work is unmatched. You have magic in your hand." In a year, Sufyan became a craftsman. Customers started liking him. They said, "Sufyan's work is unmatched. There is light in his jewelry like faith." After a year, Sufyan's life started to improve a little. He was thinking of buying his own small house. He had seen a house in a small street where there was a small courtyard, 2 rooms, and a place near a small mosque. He talked to Zafar. The teacher of the partnership said, "Let me open a shop with you." Zafar smiled. "Son, you are ready. Your work is bright." But just then, Muhammad and Karim came from the old city. They got the news that Sufyan was earning well. They reached home with a fake smile on their face. They said, "Brother, forgive us. Come back. May the family be one." But in reality, their shop had suffered a loss. A big merchant did not give them money, and they came to ask for money. Sufyan fed them food and gave them the kheer that Abdul Rahman had asked for, and as much money as he could, keeping it in a small box. After withdrawing the money but not returning, the matter escalated. Ahmed taunted Nafisa. "This woman is still ruining you. There is no peace in the house." Because of this, Sufyan got angry. "Brother, don't bring my wife into the middle. You people kicked us out of the house. Now come for the money. Get out of here." The quarreling Karim threatened that he would forget us. "We will ruin you." Sufyan kicked them out of the house and closed the door. This incident deeply hurt his heart. He prayed all night. He repeated Surah Al-Fatiha. "He is the one who is the straight path. Show us the straight path," and prayed, "O Allah, grant me the ability to forgive you. Give my heart peace. Guide my brothers." Time passed. Sufyan opened his shop with Zafar. The shop was in a small street, but its shine spread throughout the city. He became a famous craftsman of the city. Nawabs, rich and common people, came to him to make jewelry. A Nawab said, "Sufyan, make a necklace with diamonds in it." For the celebration of my mansion, Sufyan worked day and night to make a necklace. The Nawab embraced him. His work would make him famous in the city. Sufyan's hard work paid off. He became a big man in the city. The Nawab became his friend. The shop grew, and artisans started working under him. He bought his own big house where there was a garden and a small mosque. He became rich through hard work but remained steadfast in faith. After a few years, Ahmed and Karim came to Sufyan. His shop caught fire and everything was destroyed. They left the city and came back saying, "Brother, forgive us. Give us work." Our shop burned down. Sufyan forgave them. Come, work in my shop. God will fix everything. He hired them, taught them gold, and the family became one again. Every morning he went to the mosque, prayed, and worked in the shop. Nafisa took care of the house, made food, sometimes biryani with saffron color, sometimes kheer with almonds added, and she served her father. Zafar became his friend and teacher. He often came home and drank tea and said, "Sufyan, your work is the glory of the city now." Sufyan smiled. "This is all the mercy of God." Teacher, this story is an example of patience, faith, and hard work. Sufyan's journey shows that difficulties come, but the path of those who trust in Allah is illuminated. Read the Quran every day, establish prayers and make supplications. This is the real jewel of life. If you liked this video, then like it, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that new stories reach you first.